So these are the specifications of turning center in our college. Okay, this is the name of the CNC lathe or turning center. These are the specifications. Distance between centers means, so you can hold a work part which is having 425 mm length. Then maximum machining diameter means, suppose if you want to do perform turning operation, only you can do it for a maximum of 320 mm. Next, maximum longitudinal travel means along Z axis, so it can travel for 40 mm. Then maximum travel means, so depth of cut, so along that direction, so you can move it for 165 mm. Then spindle speed, so it can be within the range of 50 to 4000 rpm. Then number of turret stations, that means how many inserts it can accommodate. So it can accommodate 8 different inserts. Then spindle feedback, it's an incremental rotary optical encoder. Okay, these are the specifications of turning center in our college. So this is the turning center. Okay, it has two foot switches. One is to clamp and declamp. So another is to move the dial star. So that you will understand when you go for operating the machine. So this is the coordinate system for turning center. Okay, so there will be movement along two axes, X and Z. Okay, X in order to move the tool downwards or upwards, so we make use of X-axis movement. Z in order to move the tool towards the check, that means towards the work part and away from the work part. So if you give minus Z values, so tool will move towards the work part. If you give positive Z values, it will move away from the work part. This is the control panel of the turning center in our college. Okay, emergency stop. Suppose if you want to stop the machine, okay, if you want to stop everything, then you can go for emergency stop. If you want to switch on the CNC, this green button you have to press, so that it will be it is power on. Okay. Next, for supplying coolant, so if you rotate towards right, okay, then it can supply the coolant. Enable is, so after pressing emergency stop, if you want to release it, you have to rotate it for 90 degree and you have to make it enable. That is the thing. Next, machine reset, in order to erase the existing messages, okay, or in order to stop executing a program, you can go for machine reset. You can press on this. Cycle stop, cycle start. Suppose after writing a program, if you want to execute a program, you will make use of cycle start. Okay, then cycle stop means if you want to stop executing the program, cycle stop. Cycle start and stop are related to executing program. Next, mode selector. Okay, there are 7 modes. This is very important option in the turning center. One is edit mode. Suppose if you want to edit the existing program, okay, then you have to select the edit mode, then only it is possible for you to edit it. Next, SBK means single block mode. Every part program consists of number of blocks. Okay, if you want to execute block by block, then you can go for single block mode, where each at once, okay, one block will be executed. That means if you choose single block mode and if you click on cycle start, only one line of the program will get executed. Next, once again you have to press the cycle start. So the once cycle start press madidre one line matra execute agutte, one block matra execute agutte. That is the single block mode. Next, auto mode. If you select auto mode and if you press the cycle start, the complete program will get executed. Okay, from A to Z, the complete program will get executed if you keep it in auto mode. Whereas single block mode, line by line, only one line will get executed whenever you press cycle start. Next, there is one more mode, MDI. That means manual data input. Suppose if you want to type program, okay, manually using the keys, so then you should keep this in MDI mode. That is manual data input. Next, there is one more mode, MPG. That means manual pulse generator. Okay, we know already we discussed in module 1 and 2. So you are going to provide electric signals to motors. Based on that, you are going to get movement along X and Z axis in case of turning center. Okay, so even if you insert, if you give input as part programs are ultimately converted into electric signals. Okay, so that we discussed that in detail in module 1 and module 2. So instead of executing a program, okay, if you want to move manually along X and Z, so then you have to go for manual pulse generator. Okay, manual movement along X and Z means you don't push the slides for movement. Instead, what you are going to do is, so you will generate the pulses manually by keeping it in MPG mode. This is manual pulse generator. So that without part programs, you can move along X and Z axis. Okay, for that you have to keep it in MPG mode. Again, in MPG mode, there are two axes, X and Z. Okay, if you want to move manually along X direction, you have to keep it in X. Then in X, you can move in positive direction and negative direction. So for that, you make use of this knob. Okay, so if you rotate towards left and if you keep it in X direction, you will achieve movement along minus X. That is, tool will move downwards. Again, suppose if you keep it in X and if you move towards the right, then so it will move upwards, tool will move upwards. Similarly, if you keep it in Z and if you move towards left, tool will move towards work part. Okay, if it is positive, it will move away from the work part. That is the meaning of MPG mode. Next, jog mode. Okay, so if you want to move the tool quickly from its home position nearer to work part, then you can go for jog mode. That means quickly you are able to move the tool. Okay, in jog mode, again, so you have to click on rapid, it is the common, then you have to choose direction. Okay, suppose if you hold rapid and X, then tool will move quickly upwards. Okay, then if you press rapid downwards X, so it will move downwards. Rapid this left side Z, that means tool will move towards the work part. Rapid right side Z, tool will move away from the work part. So that is the meaning. Okay, next there is one more mode, ZRN. That means in order to move tool to machine home position, we make use of ZRN mode. Okay. Next, other than that, there are feed override, rapid override, spindle speed. In the program, you will specify the values of feed rate, spindle speed. Okay, suppose while executing the program, if you want to reduce the feed and spindle speed than what is specified in the program, then you can make use of this override option. So here you can decrease or increase. You are considering percentage of the specified value in the program. Okay, suppose if you have specified spindle speed as 500 and using spindle speed override as 80%, then while executing the program, instead of rotating at 500 RPM, it will rotate at 400 RPM. That means 80% of the specified value in the program. So for that you make use of override. Similarly, if we feed override also same thing. If you want to make use of certain percentage of value specified in the program, you will go for feed override. Okay. Next, there is a display tool station. So here now it is displaying as 1. The meaning is for current operation. Okay, for current program. So tool in station 1 is selected. Okay, so machining operation is performed by choosing insert in station 1. That is the meaning. Suppose instead of 1 in the display, if it is 3, the meaning is the insert in station 3 is currently used for performing the machining operation. Okay, next. So these are keys to manually switch on the spindle in clockwise direction, then spindle in counterclock the rotation, then to stop the spindle manually. Okay, so these keys are used. Next, there are few more auxiliary functions. So in order to carry the chips, okay, there is a conveyor. So these two are related to movement of that conveyor in forward and reverse direction. Then in order to open and close the door, so this key is used. Then lamp test means, so there are number of LED bulbs. Okay, so in order to indicate status. So in order to test whether all bulbs are in working condition or not, you can make use of this lamp test. Then lubrication. For lubrication, you have two options. So if you hold this for 500 milliseconds like that, so for 2 or 3 seconds, lubrication will be done. That means oil will be supplied. Next, direct index, it is related to tool change function. Next, so you have one more option, machine lamp. Okay, if it is in working condition, so you will on this lamp. That is an indication that machine is in working condition. Next, program edit. If you want to enter new program or edit the existing program, you should have this key. Without this key, okay, you cannot edit or you cannot make any changes in the existing program. Okay, so that is the function of this key. So these are this is about control panel in turning center in our college. So these are the drawings. Okay. So whatever I have explained, that is there in the PPT. So later I will share this. So this is about different modes.